Guys, welcome back. We're at Mexico. It is a soggy, wet Mexico. 4 lights, 5 lights. We are waiting to get away. Seems like it takes an eternity to get away when you're waiting for those red lights. But there is a long rundown at turn 1 at Mexico, and I'm just burning all my battery, all of it, to try and stay ahead. So, Mexico is a trade-off between speed and downforce. So this setup is an inverted one, and I've gone with 9.8. I've gone with 9.8 on the wings, but I have hired the ride height substantially to not compensate, but to help the relatively low wings. Yes, 9.8 is not low wings, I understand that, because you normally run anywhere from 7.9 to 8.9 in the dry. So I've kind of stayed with the downforce that you would get from the wings in the dry setup. However, I've just substantially changed the roll bars, the suspension and ride height, because you still need to be competitive and you still need to have that straight line speed of the long straight, probably one of the longest straights on the calendar, apart from Baku maybe. But you still need that downforce through the S section in sector 2 and the stadium section, which you're currently going through on sector 3. Especially the last turn. The last turn in the dry is extremely difficult to get through, let alone in the wet. I know the league that I race in, they have a league race there today, which is Tuesday. They are actually racing at Mexico. I'm not participating as I have other commitments, but when this video comes out, they will currently be racing at Mexico, and I would have thought if they need a wet setup, this would be the place to go, because this would be the setup that I run. As you can see, how much time I've gained down the long back straight and just through turns 1 through 4. 2.5 tenths up. Yes, it's only the second lap, but you gain so much time in sector 1 through turns 2 and 3. It's unreal just how much time you gain. You really do gain so much. You have to be on it at Mexico. It's very tricky though. Traction zones are difficult. You've got a few coming up here, and that's just in sector 3. The last one though, even in the dry, you can get too antsy on the throttle and just spin into pits right here. Always find this a difficult turn to make, especially in the dry, and that's without the wet. As I've said to you before, and I will keep on saying many times, you have to try these setups first to make sure that they are decent for you in the way you drive, because this setup for me is 100% perfect. Like I said, I would use it. You kind of recharge your battery all the time in the wet conditions, and it recharges quite well. One negative or one character flaw, maybe I would turn it to a 9.9 just to give me that little bit more in the rear. But as for a 9.8, it is absolutely perfect, especially going through here where I need it to go. You can push a little bit harder, and the front really digs in, really bites in. Hence the reason why I went inverted. As you can see, and from that, just showing that it is a purple middle sector. But Mexico is difficult. Mexico has its own trials and tribulations, as it always does. But with every setup, with every wet condition race that you race in, there will be multiple factors that affect your race, and the main one is not setup related. The main factor that will affect your race, for those people who are running with no traction control, is throttle input. Throttle input is massive. You get too leery on the throttle and it's game over. It really is. Guys, remember to do all that good stuff. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. The content doesn't stop with F1 2021. We keep on rolling. We keep this party moving. And promise there will be more setup videos. There will be more league racing videos. There will be a lot more stuff. Even getting the F1 manager game on PC. So that will be something interesting. But wherever you are in the world today, guys, I really seriously mean this. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. And wherever you are, take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Then, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.